Start with obviously the fans, like I do every single time. I thought that the energy was electric. It helped us. It inspired our kids and players. I thought it affected them. And once again, a team has to go on the road and play in that kind of night environment. It's really hard. It's really tough to play in that, and I thought it impacted them. I'd also like to give credit to Emily Dietz and her staff. They did a tremendous job with game management in terms of the energy, keeping people engaged. I guess there were some fireworks. I don't know. Somebody told me there was, but that wasn't what I was worried about. But our kids show resiliency. I'm proud of them. Look, it was a week ago, a couple hours that we were dead and gone. You know, people had written us off. It's hard to play in this league week in and week out on the road. We've accumulated a tremendous amount of injuries from the schedule we've had, and it's not going to really get any easier. It's a physical game, but when you play the gauntlet of what we played, it's taking its toll. We had a lot of guys sitting on the sideline tonight that couldn't play, but we also had a lot of guys that stepped up. And I think the way we practice has helped us grow some players who stepped up tonight and played big for us.
Kirby, can you speak to the offensive line? I don't believe you got rotated all of it tonight. They came in and did a great job of getting a great attention.
Yeah, yes, you're right. It's probably the first game that we haven't subbed an offensive lineman the whole time, and we were concerned about that because we didn't know how Tate would hold up, and that game meant a lot to Tate. You know, Tate grew up in a Tennessee family and a dad that was a Tennessee fan, and that game was a lot of pride to him. And I thought his energy and toughness really showed. And just a week ago, you know, he dinged it and couldn't go, and he went out there tonight and really played physical and played tough. But those guys, you know, they took a lot of criticism from people, and really unwarranted in my opinion, because it's funny when you talk to people that actually know football, they know how hard it is to play in that environment. And then people just, you know, say, oh, sacks, oh, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. When you get behind in a game, it makes it hard. Tonight, they played aggressively and played well.
Kirby, Carson Beck told us that this week he made sure to stand up and speak to the team. So what did it mean to see him take that leadership, and especially to see how he responded to all that pressure on the outside noise coming into this game?
Well, he talks to the team. He talks to the offense almost every week, and several guys talk to the team on Monday. But I mean, every time somebody hears that, they think like, "Oh, team leaders speak to team, world-changing event." It's not that way. It's just there was an emotional talk that I think guys really wanted to make other guys aware of the significance of this game and not to take it lightly on Monday. But Carson carries himself well, and I've been very consistent, even with some of the dumbest questions in the world, no offense, about our quarterback, because we see him every day. You know, he gets judged on outcomes and stats, but we don't judge based on that. We judge based internally on what gives us the best chance to win, and I'm never going to falter over what I see with my eyes. What I see with my eyes is a guy that's really good in the pocket. He's got poise. He's got composure. He puts us in the right play over and over again and makes good decisions.
It seemed like the passing game really took a step forward once you guys got the free play and Carson hit Dawg. How big of a confidence booster was that play for the offense? Yeah,
it was huge. I think it got going. I mean, I don't know that it. I mean, Carson threw some good balls before that. We just didn't always catch them, and he's done a good job of that. And we got to continue to create depth in our roster. And I thought, you know, guys like Chauncey Bowens, Nitro Tuggle stepped up tonight and played. Anthony Evans fought to come back. We just got more guys having to play.
You talked about those guys stepping up against one. What have you seen from Nitro to earn playing time this league? What do you think he did?
Practice better. He practiced better. And if he practices better again, then he'll play more. And Daniel Harris has practiced better every day, every week. And the guys who practice better get rewarded for it.
To follow up on that, what did you see from London Humphreys tonight, especially with that long catch he made, I think, in the fourth quarter down the sideline?
Great catch down the sideline. That was a very unique play because we tried to get them to false start. They didn't, and our center was off balance and was falling back. He just went ahead and snapped it. So it turned into a kind of a busted play that was a big play. And London's been great. He's been such a great kid, such a hard worker.
Coach, Tennessee went into the locker room with 17 points, and the defense didn't allow them to have anything else in the second half. Just speak to their success in holding the balls.
Well, we stopped the run a little better, and that gave us a chance. I was really proud of the secondary because you're in some really tough cover environments out there and like on space, and some of it they helped us. I think they dropped some balls that were like bang bang plays, but they didn't get behind us, and that's the big achievement. Keep them in front of you, tackle them. I wasn't real pleased with the run stopping, but we did enough.
Coach, looking at Carson ran the ball a little more. He had a big 14-yard scramble at the start of the second quarter. He said he lowered his shoulder. He enjoyed that. Did you also share that sentiment when he lowered his shoulder?
No, I mean, I didn't talk to him about it. I'm glad he did. I thought Mike and them, we challenged him, but with the backs out, that we had some plays for him. And sometimes you gotta man up. I texted him early in the week and said, if we do this, are you down with it? And he said, I'm going to get it, Coach. Just give me the ball. And then some of them were not by design. You know, the scramble was a great play that he scores on. And then he had another quarterback draw off of an empty that he broke 2 or 3 tackles and got him going. He's a good athlete. Look, guys, he's a good athlete, and he can make plays with his feet.
He insisted earlier tonight that he was a dual threat quarterback, and he's been saying that to you.
That's a stretch. Dual is a stretch. He's 75-25.
Kirby, do you know anything about Dylan Bell's severity?
It's ankle. I don't know if it's got a high component. We looked at it tonight. He was not able to go. Don't know how severe it'll be or how long it'll be. It's just, I mean, look, guys, there's a bunch of injuries. Ernest Green. I mean, we've had guy after guy after guy after guy go down. Smile, C.J. Allen, both gave us great efforts tonight, but really were unable to practice all week. And the back situations, Cash doesn't practice all week, makes himself available to help the team. It's just, got to choose. You want to play these schedules like this, that you're going to have that. And they're reducing our roster size, so it's going to make it even tougher.
Could you talk about the significance of complementary football, the way your offense had several long drives tonight?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, I didn't think our defense got the stops when they needed to. Like, we want to create field position for our offense, and we didn't. We gave up third downs, and we bend, and then we're down there on the 10-yard line, the 9-yard line, the 8-yard line. And one of the biggest drives was the one that we got the offensive PI, and then we're probably going to have to punt. I mean, we're on the headphones. It's 1st and 25. It's hard to overcome. Nitro makes a big play. They get a face mask, which gives us the first down. Otherwise, we may not overcome that drive. But it was very complimentary. I mean, somebody told me that they had a 15 or 16 play drive that ate up a ton of time, and then we had a 17 play drive that took up a ton of time, and the meat of the second half was in that time.
Smart, why didn't season high 8 tackles tonight? What it means for this defense to have him back out there and give that?
His confidence, his ability to make plays and tackles, his instincts are huge. And I think back to all the games he didn't play in, and he missed all this time for this time. And he's gotten good reports on his foot. He's had 2 or 3 X-rays that look like it's healed. So that's great news for him.
I thought one of the biggest plays in the game was Thorson's tackle on that return. Can you talk about that?
Amazing. I mean, that's what they do in Australia, right? He came out of nowhere. I was thinking this guy might be a linebacker. I mean, it's the first real punt return we've given up in, I think, 2.5 years. And we thought we had a good plan. We had 3 gunners out there. We missed tackles on that play, and we think their returner is really good. We challenged our guys. But he broke out, and getting him on the ground, what was the results of that drive? Was it 3? 3, so we end up holding him to a field goal. It's a 4-point play, and tremendous effort by him. I can promise you we don't practice tackling much with him. He did it on his own.
Kirby, you talked about prove it being the position this week. What did you see from this team? What did they prove to you?
That they're resilient as hell, and no matter who, next man up mentality. And the kids in our room that haven't played yet, and sometimes they want to pout, they need to realize that you don't know when your time's coming. Will you work while you wait, is what we say. Will you work while you wait? And Chauncey Bowens worked while he waited, and it paid off for him. Nate, Nitro, he had a great week of practice, so we need more of that.
Kirby, the receiving group, it took a lot of criticism over the last couple of weeks with drop passes and incomplete balls that led to interceptions. How was it to see the receiving core have a big game for Carson this week?
It's awesome. It's great. I think we can do better. And I think we got to do better. Because we're going to keep playing really high-quality opponents, and we got to get healthy, and we got to get better.
Speaking of career high night tonight, what did you see out of him that maybe allowed you guys to take advantage of that Tennessee defense there in the second quarter?
I mean, I thought Mike did a great job with the tight end passing game. Ben made some plays. Lawson had the play that probably would have been a huge play. The corner came off his man and makes a breakup, and then Oscar had the huge touchdown, and Oscar could have had a bigger night too with the throw over the middle there where he got popped and the ball came out. But proud of those tight ends, man. They haven't had the year they wanted to have, but they had a really big night tonight.
So he had 5 sacks tonight against a very talented quarterback from Tennessee. How big was that?
It's hard to get him down. I mean, that guy's a tough competitor now. I mean, I got a lot of respect for him to go through what he went through this week and break tackles. He's got great quickness, great vision, and he's a really talented quarterback with a bright future.
Kirby, is it easier or tougher to coach a team coming off an Ole Miss loss like you guys had last week?
I don't know that it's either. I'll be honest with you. It's not. I mean, you could make a case it's challenging, but you got their attention. You know, I think it's more about morale and how you lead. How you handle losses says a lot about you. And you know, these kids are going to grow up to be contributors to society, and how they respond to tough situations, man. They're so much more prepared for bad things to happen in their life because of what they do in this organization and what they go through and the criticism they take. They'll never be as criticized as they are by the outside world in this sport. And I'm proud of the way they stuck together and kind of bonded and came out and played well.
You talked about those long drives. What did you see on the 92-yard drive, that fourth quarter? That's the one that Nate scores on late. Just to drive all the way down the field.
Just impressive, man. I mean, we never came into a fourth down, I don't think, the whole time. And I really wanted to go for it on the 4th and 5 at midfield earlier. And I was like, you know what, we're playing good defense, but we had great momentum, and we were across the 50, and you know, they had jumped off sides a couple times. But going back to that drive, it was tremendous. I thought Mike dialed it up. You know, we had a bonehead mistake with 12 in the huddle. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Ultimately, you cannot do that. But he stuck with the play call. He didn't change it, and he was aggressive. And Carson made a great decision because Carson can check that play if they have pressure. And it was a little cloudy. And if he checks it, we're probably not going to hit that big play to Ben. And Carson did a great job putting a good play and good package together. Made a good decision there. And then Nate scored, and Chaz was the fullback. And so he was fired up.
You guys have finished your SEC slate. Given the difficulties that you had, how would you assess how this team did and navigate that stretch of games?
I'll let y'all judge. I mean, you know, everybody thinks we should win every game. I'm very proud of our team. If you told me that this group would be this resilient, I would probably say I don't doubt it, because they're great kids, and they played the toughest schedule in our league, and we still got 2 games left of tough teams. And Georgia Tech's got a great team, and UMass has played 3 or 4 SEC teams already.
Do you believe this team was overlooked when it came to the playoff rankings, or do you believe that this was a statement win showing that you deserve to be in the playoffs?
Like I said after the game, I don't know what they're looking for. I really don't. I wish they could really define the criteria. I wish they could do the eyeball test where they come down here and look at the people we're playing against and look at them. And, you know, you can't see that stuff on a TV. And so I don't know what they look for, but that's for somebody else to decide. I'm worried about our team.
We got time for one more question.
Do you think it was very fair for them to criticize your offense after they dropped you guys in the rankings?
I think they're going to always do that, because that's what I say about the eyeball test. But they're not in that environment. They're not at Ole Miss in that environment playing against that defense, which is top 5 in the country with one of the best pass rushers in the country, and they're fired up. They got a 2-score lead, and they're coming every play. They don't know that. They don't understand that. So they'll probably look at this week and say, well, we just played against one of the best defenses in the country, and we went for 453 on them, you know, and could have been more. So it's just the tale of each week. And we're trying to be the cumulative, whole, really good quality team and not be on this emotional roller coaster that's controlled by people in a room somewhere that may not understand football like we do as coaches. We as coaches look at people and say, what can we do better? How do we get better? I respect their decision. I respect their opinion. But, I mean, it's different in our league. So, go Dogs.
Thanks, everybody.